Hello, this is an unboxing of the new Power Probe 4. I've just imported it from the States. I live in the UK. It came out in the States, I believe, the 1st of January. It probably won't come out in the UK for another 6 months or so. I've had the Power Probe 1, the Power Probe 2, the Power Probe 3, the Hook, and now the Power Probe 4. I've had all the Power Probe products. I think they're great, very fast tool. My Power Probe 3 I've had for a couple of years. It's seen some real abuse. I mean, I've run over it, I've had to melt the thing back together to get it working, but I use it all the time, every day. It's an invaluable tool. I couldn't live without it. I would buy another one tomorrow. Great tool. The best thing about it is it's instant. As soon as you touch it onto live, it reads it straight away. Whereas with the Hook, it puts it on, and because of the smart tape, it takes a couple of seconds to actually register whether it's ground, live, whatever, before it displays it. So if you're testing fuses between the two pins, you obviously got to put it on and leave it for a couple of seconds, move it over. It takes a lot longer, whereas with the Power Probe 3 you can just jump pin to pin, and it's great for that. The other thing with the Hook, the lead's quite cumbersome. Great for the 65 amps that it can carry, but it makes it quite clumsome to use, and also it's a big unit. Obviously it's a multimeter, a good quality multimeter inside, but I do tend to use a multimeter instead of it. But it does have its uses. I do like it. Anyway, back to the Power Probe 4. Nice tool, feels great in the hand. It's not cumbersome, which I thought it was going to be, but it's not. It's a great little tool. It feels nice, solid as well. It doesn't feel like it will break easily. The rubber on the back's nice, so it doesn't slip off. The only thing I don't like is this fitting gap along here. It's quite, well, it just doesn't seem quite right there, does it? Not quite sure about that. It's solid enough, but just don't quite like it. Same with the gap down the length of it. Obviously the rubber there is quite tight. It goes baggy in the middle and then tight again at the bottom. Don't quite know why. I don't know if it, obviously it feels tight, so the rubber hopefully keeps its water resistantness, but time will tell on that. But I'm pleased with it. It feels nice. We'll power it up. This is the new 4-point connector, which is just connected to my power pack here. I don't quite know why it's got the 4 pins in. Must be for high amperage, but that's the only reason I can think. It's quite bulky when it's together. Quite a big thing. It's like the size of your hand. Don't know if that will break. It feels solid, but I don't know. It's a bit clumsy, but anyway, they must have done it like that for a reason. Anyway, we'll go ahead and power this up now. Plug that in there, and we're in straight away. It just takes a couple of seconds to boot up. Excuse me. The light is really bright. I'm really impressed with the light. It's as bright as the Hook's, like twice, maybe 4 times brighter than the Power Probe 3. Really bright light. It's got this fly lead on it, same as the Hook, with the fuse in here, in that section there. I find that quite clumsy because that's 4 inches long, and it's just, you can't get it into sort of tight spaces as much as you would like. I would have preferred the fuse in the back of here somewhere that you maybe had access to, because that just doesn't work for me. I like the connector idea that you can use maybe an extension like a jumper wire on it and take it off, but I just find it quite clumsy. But anyway, great for testing the resistance of something. Obviously touch it, and the other good thing about the 4 is it does read straight away. As soon as you touch it, picks it up. That's 0.02 volts. Obviously I can mute the speaker there, so you just get the green light and the voltage reading, which is a nice feature. I'll touch it onto the earth on here, if I can find it. Again, it reads earth straight away. I'll just turn the speaker back on, and then onto the live there. Again, it reads 12.88 volts. Nice clear display. It reads the minimum and the maximum volts that it was reading. As long as it's reading voltage, it keeps that on the screen, so you know obviously if there's a difference in voltage. I'll just use a test light here. I'll use the earth strap from the Power Probe, and then power up this test light. Obviously if I connect it there, I'm reading the voltage, which is 0.02 volts, which is the same as touching the actual fly itself. And obviously if I just power that up, obviously powers up the test light here and shows the voltage it's giving it. The voltage is 12.82. shows the minimum and the maximum voltage on the screen, which is a nice handy feature. The screen's lovely and bright, works great. Another great feature of the tool is the auto circuit breaker reset, not like the 3 that had the switch on here, which is there, which sometimes can take maybe 15 to 20 seconds before it'll allow you to reset if it's overheated. This works straight away. I don't advise you do this, but I'm just going to do it for the demonstration purposes. If I live that up and short that out there, it says on the screen circuit breaker resetting, and that's it, reset straight away. You don't have to wait, so if it trips, it just resets itself and then you're good to go again, no waiting around, which will save time. I'll show you the different modes. You see the screen there, you've got the volts DC, which is what we're on, which is your standard power probe mode. You've got your feed test, which tests like a drop test, a voltage drop test of such as like a starter cable. You've got your AC RMS, you've got your peak to peak test, which is also AC. You've got a digital frequency readout, so you test the frequency of a wire or a signal. You've got a fuel injector tester, which is a great feature. I'll show you that now. If you go into that, you connect it to the switch side of a fuel injector. It measures, with the engine running, it measures the on time in milliseconds, or the pulse width. It measures the inductive kV, so the spike of the trace if it was an oscilloscope. So obviously it's quicker than actually breaking your scope out. It shows you the key points of what you will be looking at on the scope trace. It shows you the ECM ground voltage, so what the ECM is, the earth it's supplying the injector, and how true to earth that is. It also shows the injector voltage, and obviously that would be through the windings of the injector, so obviously you'd know if it was a good supply voltage, and you'd know if the windings of the injector were good, all from that reading. Great comparison test. You'd just be able to go along the 4 injectors and at a glance compare them. If one was faulty, you'd hopefully be able to pick it out just off from the readings there without breaking the trace. If you knew it was without breaking out a scope to get a trace, you'd know pretty much straight away. So that's that mode. It's got the PP-ECT function, which is for the Power Probe ECT short detector kit. I don't actually own one. I would like to. I probably will buy one just to see how well this works with it. It basically sends out a signal down a wire to detect a short or an open, and you can probe it along, and this detects that signal that it's putting out. It might speed up that. Another mode is the driver test, which is if you're using a bidirectional scan tool and you were going to activate a component using that, you would obviously activate it, but the ECU would need to see the power through the coil. So if it was a relay, it would need to see the power through before it would even think about activating it. This actually, in this mode, the DVR test actually puts 12.8 volts to the tip, and the ECU sees that and thinks, right, obviously the coil's working inside the relay, I can earth it, and obviously when it earths it, this is such a low amp voltage, it allows it to earth, and you know it's earthed straight away, and then it comes straight back up to the 12.8, so the ECM does not detect a fault with it at all. You'd plug that on, activate the component with this connected, and you'd know the driver in the ECM was working. If you didn't have this voltage on the line, the ECM would detect a fault and probably not activate the component. You can obviously use a test light for the same thing, obviously connected to the battery positive, but this is just a fancier way of doing it, and obviously it beeps, which is nice. So that's a nice feature, and that's it really. It's a Power Probe. It's nice bright light, it's compact enough, it's got a 3 foot longer lead. The lead is very flexible, which is nice, not like the hook. It's nice in the hand. The best features for me, I quite like the fuel injector mode. I've not used it in anger yet, I've not used it at all yet, just on the bench here. I'm quite looking forward to trying that out and see how well it works. I quite like the nice big LEDs on the top. I'll just clip it into Power Probe mode. I like the nice big LEDs. I like the really bright LEDs here, they're great. They protrude quite a way, but they are super bright, so I don't mind. Obviously you can remove the probe and put your attachments in the top, which I use a lot. I put a lead in and just so I can probe things, get in there, I use that all the time. But yeah, very impressed with it. I might do another review after I've used it for a few months, because I'm not an electrician. I use this kind of thing every day, with a multimeter as well. But the Power Probe, great product. Yeah, great. Well, thank you for watching this. Leave any comments in the box below. Thank you.